Alfonso has enough momentum to hold off the bend going into one, but Trevor's going to try to sneak by on the outside anyways.
And Dewar's sticking with him now. He's 2 car lengths back from Alfonso as Trevor completes the pass. Alfonso staying with him. He won't go quietly. He takes a look to the right side. He pulls up even with Trevor. Not going to have a chance coming out of 2.
That straightaway in the long main straightaway, some good spots to work the draft on your opponents. There's Alfonso. Again, in the middle of this sandwich between Trevor and Dewar. He sits 5th, Dewar 6th, Trevor up at a 4th. Trevor's got 8+ seconds before he's getting run down. Travis Benjamin.
Alfonso went from pressuring to Trevor to suddenly having the pressure put on from behind from Dewar. As they've kind of stretched out, they're about 8/10 back to back to back. Trevor, Alfonso, Dewar through the S's.
So we've got about 9 seconds in front of this battle. Up to Travis Benjamin. Your winner at Spa. He's kind of in no man's land right now. He is about 12 seconds behind the lead battle. And then has a pretty good gap back to Trevor. But again, as we've noted, that 50 car is coming. It was 9 seconds, now down to 8. The question is, how much time does Trevor have? When are we going to get into lap traffic? These guys out front said such a blistering pace. They are going to catch lap traffic before the end of this one.
There's still 20 minutes left, plenty of time, as we're only just over halfway through this one. So we follow Jaquez. He's close behind Salazar. He's held that interval pretty much the entire race. Never moving back more than about 4 or 5 tenths. He's just stalking, waiting for the right place to pounce, as they all still have to pit. Nobody's made their stop yet. Those lead 2 cars work down the front straightaway.
Fernando Jaquez. This is his favorite track. So he's been looking forward to all year. Started the season wrecking at Daytona, 22nd place finish. But he bounced back last time over to Fernando Jaquez in that Red Bull Lambo. Solid 2nd place last time out at Spa. After starting 8th spot, it was a good run. Look for Jaquez. In front of him, Salazar still leads the way. Salazar came in 3rd in points.
And Owens, our first car to hit pit lane, followed by Long. As within the next lap or 2, everybody should start diving down. Bosworth pops onto pit lane.
If you recall, we saw some heavy action on pit lane last week at Spa. Benjamin went in 2nd, came out 4th as he was passed by both Jaquez and Salazar. And the battle of kind of twofold. Obviously, Jaquez feeling the mirrors of Salazar, giving him something to think about. Every corner he goes into, Salazar's been, or Jaquez has been within a couple tenths, or at least half a second of your leader since the get-go. But the other question you have to ask yourself is, by running that close, getting that much of a narrow push from that car in front of you, has it worn your front tires more than you have? The lead car who's been getting that very downward, and he's not waiting to walk the stops. Here comes Jaquez down to the inside, down to the corner 4. Salazar gives him room, but Jaquez couldn't pull the move off.
And Jaquez appears to be just fine following Salazar for the most part. He hasn't made a whole lot of attempts to get by, and a good part of that strategy is just knowing that Trevor is the fastest car on the track right now, and the farther ahead you can get from him as a tandem is just going to keep you both in the top two, as he's about 17 and a half seconds back from this lead, but he is making up major time on Benjamin.
A lot of patience by Jaquez in that 26 machine, just taking his time, working Salazar over, not doing anything too rational. Here's where you want to get probably the best two passing spots down the straightaway down to one. But again, heading into one, it is slippery going down that hill. Out of the Senna S's down into turn 4 where we saw Jaquez stick the nose of that Lambo out earlier. Look at that. The car you see in the distance in the background there, that wasn't even third. That's how far these two have gotten away from the rest of the field. Their Lambos in lockstep in the Senna S's, and now down the straightaway into turn 4.
Jaquez flashing his lights at the lap car that they're about to come upon. Jaquez, Salazar, nose to tail.
Well, that car fresh out of the pits. And well, it'd be nice if he moved over. Probably not encouraging to Todd Bosworth. I mean, he's running his own race. And these two have to hit this lap anyways. My guess is that this is it for them on pretty much everybody else other than Trevor and Alfonso, and maybe James had stopped. Dewar was in. A lot of cars a lap on have already made their stop. Bosworth now sees way there when they finally got to him. Salazar off the lap corner. Still leads Jaquez by half a second. And I would expect the Lambos to make their way to pit here. And no, they'll stay out one more lap. .135.8. Wow. Some ridiculous race pace times being set by your leaders. These guys are running Q laps, chasing the win here in race number 3. Work through pit stops here at Interlagos. There's Fernando Jaquez. Those are fastest times of the whole. Trevor, a couple tenths quicker than Jaquez. Through sector 1, 10th and a half quicker through section 2. There you see this battle for the lead. 0.6 of a second, the difference from Salazar back to Jaquez. Now it looks like Benjamin is pitted now. Here come your leaders. On to pit road on the front straightaway at Autodrome Jose Carlo Place. Jaquez. See him get away. Looks like Salazar got out first though. So both of them leave them the same way they came. Now here comes Anthony James. He's close to within 4.5 seconds of your leader. My guess he's stretching fuel one more lap further than everybody else. I don't believe James has stopped in that 216 car yet. There you see Jaquez chasing Salazar again. We are at Interlagos, event number 3, 2021 LATAM GP Spring Showdown. Next week, we'll travel to the Black Forest, Nürburgring, for event number 4. And then it's back to America's heartland, Wisconsin. Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, to be exact, Road America, an iconic U.S. circuit, before heading south to Texas, where things are a little bigger, including the year-end championship at COTA, Circuit of the Americas.
Following Salazar now, leads Jaquez by 0.3. He's run a phenomenal race, just holding the lead, not pushing his car too hard, not making mistakes. That's the key.
Hey, and right behind here, we're going to have a battle brewing.
Keep walking away from him.
And you see that lead continues to shrink. Not going to go a second off per lap. He is coming into the bends. The point leader, Alex.
Traber now only a 1.5 seconds back from Benjamin, who has started to pick up his lap times. He's running about 0.2 faster than he was previously.
Hey, I just want to throw a quick shout out there to Luis Brillion. Drives the Red Bull car in our circuit. It doesn't look like he's able to make the race time. There are a couple top 5s to open the season. Right up there at points, and definitely miss having him tonight. He's one of these top 5 guys out here in the series and would be out there making noise with the rest of them. We will see him back later on tour. Now this battle back to Benjamin, who leads the way over Trevor. It's a Lambo running third, and Benjamin, he just moves over. There you go, Alex. Off you go. I'm not going to hold you up. But Trevor has got a long way to go to reel in those leaders, and I don't think he's got enough time to do it. The battle up front, still going at it. Salazar and Jack Geddes, as you see Benjamin there in the bends, up into third spot. Trevor, up in the third spot. Benjamin back into fourth. And Benjamin, the winner. Opening night out at Daytona. Now a second behind Trevor, as Alex Trevor has checked out on Travis Benjamin. Time is winding down. Less than 7 minutes to go. And the battle up front has quieted down just a bit. Salazar now 1.2 seconds over Jaquez. Again, round number 3 of the LATAM GP Spring Showdown.
We follow Andrew Hewitt now, running back in 13th. Now move up to Jordan Owens. in that 16 Lambo. He runs 12th.
How about Salazar? Looks like he has put the hammer down. Your pole sitter. Looks like he's right in front of. There's Owens. And we got a report Jacques has spun. This happened about a lap ago. Looked like it happened down, or it sounds like it happened down into the Senna S's. There's Kevin Ayers. And it's kind of shuffled the running look up front. Where we thought Trevor wasn't going to catch those top two drivers. Now Trevor's got a shot at second. Salazar in a league all his own, or a world all his own. Alfonso working down through the S's. Behind your second place runner, Jacques, who again had a problem in just a couple laps ago, has fallen about 12.5 seconds behind your leader.
Trevor's got about 3 laps left to get it done. He is 3 seconds back of Jaquez as we follow Alfonso now. Back to David Sharp, running 10th, having a hell of a race. Picking himself up from a horrible finish last week.
There's Zerke working his way down through the lower portion of the course and back up into the F's. Zerke's sitting 8th right now. 7th place Kevin Ayers in the 7th machine, the 07 machine. Get that money raised. And the answer to the trivia question we were talking about this earlier, I'll give you the answer. I'm playing along at home. Drivers have won. For Brazilians, have won the Brazilian Grand Prix. 3 of them are actually world champions. All of them have won it 4 times. Obviously, Ayrton Senna, the low-hanging fruit. Emerson Fittipaldi, winner number 2. Former world champion Nelson Piquet. Number 3, and your 4th one and the only one of the 4 to not win the world championship, Felipe Massa. All of them have won the Brazilian Grand Prix twice during their careers. Alex Traber now trying to run down Jack Kennedy, close to just outside of 2 seconds. This is the battle for second. As Salazar tries to slice into the point. Trevor. Right now, looking to do that. The question is, can Trevor take down Jaquez and stop the bleeding? What a great run by the 50th machine of Alex Trevor. Impressive to go from 15th all the way up to 3rd. Benjamin sits 4th. Jay Dewar, a solid run in the Hello Beautiful Bill Blaney Insurance Brokers Ferrari. He sits 5th, looking for his best finish of the season. There's Trevor in the 50 still. Trying to down Jaquez in the late stages.
Jaquez holds about a 2-second lead over Trevor. He is now just trying to run mistake-free. He's got a 2.1 second lead as they work through the S's down the hill.
And we'll see if we get a checker flag this time by or next. There's Jaquez. And hey, a good job to recover from his spin a few laps ago. And he will keep Alex Trevor at bay. This helps Salazar in the points as he tries to trim some out of this Alex Trevor point lead again. Go to the Nürburgring next week. For what should be
about 10 car lengths back as Salazar works down the hill for the final time. Through that right-left section.
There's Jaquez. So you get to watch the battle for second coming to the stripe. Trevor is close within a second. Got a little aggressive there. Lead stretched out just over a second now. Jaquez only has to hold on for one more corner. He'll make the final left and down this long curve straightaway. Great run. And Jaquez, who will come home second at his favorite track. Second consecutive runner-up finish for another of the Floridian campaign. Sal home second. Trevor third. We wait 7 seconds back to Josh Benjamin. Dewar looks like he's going to hold on for fifth. Oh, looks like Anthony James able to get a pass on Dewar at the end.
And that's really good.
Report from Jay Dewar's crew chief, the 43 has ran out of gas.
That's going to really tighten up the points. Salazar cutting into that Trevor lead. Benjamin finishing runner-up to Trevor again.
There's Kevin Ayers in the 07. Crossing the finish line, solid lead lap finish for that machine. He works down through the Senna S's after taking the checkers.
Zerke and Sharp lined up 8th and 9th. This comes across the line in 10th. Bosworth 11th.
So a great finish here at Interlagos. And now we'll bring in some of the cars and stars of the LATAM GP series. And first, we're welcoming Juan Salazar. First of all, congratulations, my friend. You had him covered tonight.
Yeah, I still can't believe I won this one. Fernando did a great job. He kept me on my toes the whole race. I think he was faster than me in a few sections. So yeah, a lot of defensive driving tonight.
Well, it was a great race. We saw right before the pit stop, he put it down to the inside, going into 4. That was probably his best crack at you. But yeah, wow, what a battle you two going at it.
Yeah, that was fun. I'll have some more of that.
Now, you pushed it a little later, and he made the mistake. And what were you thinking when you had like a 12.5-second lead on the field?
I was super relieved. I thought, he was on my butt the whole race, and I thought he was going to get me at any point. So once I saw that, I knew, if as long as I kept it on the track, it was a done deal.
Well, obviously, coming off a fourth-place finish at Daytona and third-place finish at Spa, you were one of the championship contenders coming into tonight, and you've closed a little bit of a gap on the 50 machine.
Yeah, I saw in the rearview mirror that first turn, there was something went on with Alex and somebody else. That was a bummer. I'm pretty sure Alex would have been a tough one to beat today. I think I got lucky on that too.
Well, first of all, congratulations on a great race. Juan, we'll look forward to seeing you in action as we head to the Black Forest next week. You looking forward to Nürburgring?
I am, as crazy as that sounds, because that's a tough one. But probably one of the first tracks I started racing on. So I've done a lot of laps there. It's going to be pretty hairy on the Lambo though, so going to be an interesting one.
Good stuff. Well, congratulations to our feature winner here today. He survived for 45 minutes. Juan Salazar picks up win number one and closes up the point battle. And now we welcome in the point leader coming into the night, a second place finish for Alex Trevor.
Alex, can you hear us?
Yeah, I've got you guys. For some reason, my mic was messed up earlier.
Oh, no problem. Well, I mean, it's been a roller coaster of a night for you. Qualified second, had that incident in turn one, and then suddenly you just picked your way through the field all the way back up to a third place finish. First of all, after what happened on lap one there?
I'll have to go back and look and see how close I was, but I was just trying to stay out on the outside because Joshua had started to come in tight, and Fernando was in the back and was trying to keep from running into Juan. I just dipped the tire on the outside in the dirt and just lost it.
Well, I mean, it was a hell of a run back through the field. Did you think you had enough to make that push for second?
One extra lap, definitely.
Well, it was a ton of fun watching you race tonight. Are you ready for Nürburgring next week?
Yeah. So I've been doing some practice for next week for the 24-hour with my team, on and off in the Mercedes and the BMW. So got a good amount of work in both cars, but Mercedes is tough. It doesn't do the curbs or the bumps very well, even after some of the recent updates. So it's a hard car to drive for sure.
You also last week told us that this isn't quite your favorite course. You don't really particularly like this one. Are you happy with a third place finish coming out of here?
I have to be, for how I qualified and started. Practice early in the weeks, felt good. I did some practice yesterday on my own outside of the league session. Yeah, it's just as hot as this track is. This track can be fast without the temperatures, but the problem is this track is really tough on the front tires, and you really have to manage them well to be able to get around consistently for 45 minutes. And Mercedes is tough to do that.
Well, that's Alex Trevor, your third place finisher and probably still your points leader after this week. We'll see you next week, Alex.
Thank you, guys. Y'all have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Hey, well, welcome into the broadcast booth, Anthony James. I haven't got to talk to you too much this year, my friend, but hey, after qualifying 12th, what a solid run here tonight in the fifth place finish.
Yeah, thank you. This Latham series is really good, and some great competition here. And the track, I think, was considerably hotter than in practice.
This place can get slick. I know I was out Tuesday monkeying around while you guys were practicing. And how tough did you find it just trying to keep the tires on the car?
That I like. I'm kind of like that kind of guy that likes to do the endurance thing. So I kind of took it easy early on and then pushed near the end.
So we know you're from New England. Do you have a favorite track, Anthony?
Yeah, I'm going to say Watkins Glen. I've led there. I've crashed there. I've done everything there but win.
What kind of real racing you done?
We did some NASCAR. We did the Export A 2000 series back in the 80s, 90s, and we did some IMSA stuff.
Right on. Well, a great run here for you tonight. I guess you got to be pretty pleased. Some tough competition and able to pick up 7 spots from where you started. You pleased with the result?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I kind of feel bad for Jay. I thought, hey, he's either got damage or he's conserving fuel, and I almost ran into him up the backstretch. I think that's what happened.
I think he ran out of fuel. That was what it looked like from up here. But a great run for you. A solid fifth place finish. Your first top 5 of the season. Congratulations, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week at Nürburgring.
Gentlemen, cheers.
Anthony James, your fifth place finisher. Now we'll talk to the guy that finished fourth. Was it a fuel issue, Jay Dewar?
Yes, I ran out of gas at the. I tried to save as much as I could, but I just
A-
didn't. 100 feet shy.
Anthony was just telling us he looked like you were trying to save fuel. That's been a recent problem, hasn't it?
Well, yeah, but yes, the past few races I've ran out of gas. But hey, you know what? I'm super happy. I had never seen this place till Tuesday night. I got some tips from Alex on Tuesday night, which really helped out. I qualified well. We ran well. What are you gonna do?
Do you notice how hot it is here and just how slick this place gets?
It was. I did notice it from Tuesday night. It was hard to get the old power down to the asphalt for sure.
Hey, I guess you got to be pleased with this. I mean, if I had told you at the start of this season, racing against this kind of caliber of guys who've been racing road courses for years, again, you've just started into the road courses, you'd be sitting here 3 races in with 3 top 10 finishes. What would you have said?
No way, Jamie. I mean, yeah, I'm super shocked. I mean, I have put some hours in, but to run with these guys is just extremely surprising.
Who did you get to run with a lot tonight that stood out?
JP and I think that's his name. JP and I ran a lot together. That's why I pit early. I felt like he was holding me up a little bit, so I thought I'll jump in now and grab a gallon too little.
Well, Jay Dewar, another solid run up into the top 10 here again tonight, and congratulations on a solid finish, Jay.
Thanks, Jamie. Have a good night.
Well, we'll welcome into the broadcast booth next Todd Bosworth. And Todd, an 18th, you got us there, Todd?
Yeah.
Hey, an 18th place starting position tonight, but you drove it all the way up to 11th. Tell us about cars in 45 minutes.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Just trying to, get through people and miss and wreck.
What do you think about racing here at this place?
I like this track. It was pretty slidey today, though.
Now, next week's challenge, we're going to the forests of Germany to the Nürburgring. What do you think of that joint?
I've actually never raced it.
Have you practiced there yet?
Not yet.
Oh, you got a lot of work to do, my friend, to follow up on a run like this. We're expecting at least the top 10 next week to better tonight's performance. So you got a lot of practice to do at that place. But tell us about your season so far in racing here in the series.
It started out kind of slow. I'm kind of new to GT3s this year, and so I've just been, trying to take it slow and learn as I go. And the Daytona race was a little rough for me, and then the last race was a little bit better, and this one's even a little bit better.
13th place finish last week, so obviously building on that. We'll look forward to seeing you again on the other side of the pond next week in Germany.
All right, thank you very much.
Welcome one more driver into our broadcast booth, David Sharp. You seem to be right in the middle of a bunch of cars all night long, so you got lots of TV time on the 6 machine tonight.
Yes, very much so. And I'm sorry to report that Dylan Sharp got lost at Daytona, but it's whatever. Anyway, this was the best finish I ever had in the series, and I'm grateful to be a part of the whole series as well. It's been a challenge, very much so. I'd say it's been very fun, very exciting, and I'm just grateful to have a P9 finish at the end of this.
Now, this is obviously your best finish of the season. How do you take tonight and move forward from here and use it as a springboard?
That's a good question. I think a lot of this mainly dials down to practice. I mean, this was the first time I actually did the 2 free practices ahead of time, and was able to just get better and better at this track as I move forward. More or less to probably do some more practice